All right, so we have Easy A, Age of 13. Yes, his Easy A actually does come out in a few days at this point. Funny enough, the 19th is when this Easy A does come out, which is kind of strange that the Easy A takes so long to come out, but that is 6 days away from now. So, I mean, sure, I guess they put him in a week early. I assume next week's data download will happen after the 19th, obviously, and we'll see what could be in there. Who knows? We'll see the celebration details tomorrow. But we have 13 early now, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about what this guy's doing. Now, to me, honestly, he doesn't seem that insane. He gets 130% attack and defense, then another 130% attack and defense if you're above 30% HP. Then he gives key 3, then 30% attack and defense to androids or target Goku allies. Now, attacks always hit the enemy, and then if there's a Goku enemy, he does perform an additional attack with a high chance to become a super. We don't have a Goku enemy right now, but there is a Goku enemy in the database for that new event that should be out tomorrow. We'll see how difficult that event is going to be. Can't really say for sure until then, but for now, we're just going to take a look at 13 here, not against a Goku enemy. So, starting off, he's at 534k defense. Now, this 13 does stack defense permanently, which is pretty good, I'd say, having a permanent 30% stack of defense. He does transform in turn 5, though. Gotta keep in mind, if there's 2 android allies on the team, he does have a turn 5 transformation. But here we're getting everything except for Red Ribbon Army and then Nightmare. Now, that's a lot of defense, right? Android Assault, 20% defense. Metamorphosis, 10% attack and defense. Big Bad Boss is 25% defense, right? Red Ribbon Army, though, that does still give another 10% stats that he's missing out on. This 21 should not kill, hopefully. I don't think that she'll kill. But I did put her in slot 1 here because I didn't want 13 in slot 1 taking that attack. Maybe I should have brought a Ghost Usher or something, but okay, yeah, 13's good. 6.7 mil attack stat is bad, I would say, but he is supporting. So I feel like his intention is probably to be a floating support unit on the team, which is like fine. Until he transforms, then he becomes a little more like, oh, he's that guy, right? That's how 13 basically is going to be operating. He's going to be like, not really that great until he does transform. Oh, we have the intros playing, huh? I forgot to turn these intros off. I think 21's intro is also going to play. But again, access 20. Oh yeah, 21 doesn't have an issue. An intro. My issue, it doesn't matter turning these off or not. My issue is that with 17 I might push Gamma 1 off because he has Red Ribbon Army and he still does support defensively to all allies, right? Okay. That should be okay. But my issue with this character, or it's kind of like the Android team in general, is that the Android team doesn't really have a lot of slot 1 options, right? I mean, you could put the LR Androids there, I guess. They're not the best slot 1 option. They're decent. You could put Gamma 1. He's like a decent slot 1 option for a lot of teams. But besides that, this team still does not have a slot 1 character. So that's the issue. This guy is like a floating support unit, which is like, guess what? Like every other unit on this team is a floating support. The androids ideally are like a support floating character, a slot 2 character. FUB 17 is a slot 2 supporting character. We have, this 21. She's technically like a slot 2/3 support character, right? Like there's no slot 1 character on this team that's like really, really good besides Gamma 1, who's like a decent one at this point. Like he's over a year old. Like he's still workable for sure, but it's like decent. This team needs a slot 1 character. This 13 did not provide that to us, so that does kind of suck a little. Still no Red Ribbon Army here, but that's fine. We'll let 13 go in the front again. So he's stacked up to 600k defense, right? Yeah, 615k defense here. There's no defensive support this time, though. So that stack definitely gives him a lot. I mean, it is a 30% multiplicative stack. It matters, especially if he gets these additionals. So if we are able to see him against a Goku enemy, his defense will get pretty good, I think, overall. I don't know, because he doesn't get any defense when attacking. Okay, we got the additional. That's good. That's good. That's good. So, I mean, honestly, his defense might be like near 1 million at this point, right? But it's like 1 million defense support floating unit. That's decent, right? I'm not gonna say anything like crazy, but I'll take it, right? It's not bad. Now, next thing he is gonna transform. We will have the Yama 1 next one. I kind of want to push this character off. I wanted to see MVP 17 like on that rotation. I guess I'll try to see if we can get that. I'm just not sure how likely it's gonna be for us to actually see that in effect. Like 17 next to him, because we might finish the event before then. But now we will see 13 transform, and 13 becomes a lot different of a character. I mean, let's might as well start explaining him, right? When he's Fusion 13, again, which is a turn 5 transformation with 2 androids, he gets 130% attack and defense at the start of turn. That is the same, but he gets 3 key. Then his start of turn attack and defense above 30% HP goes to 145%. On top of that, though, he does get 13% attack and defense for each target Goku or Android ally. Now, the issue with this guy before his EZA is that it was like he only supported Android before he transformed, but then after he transformed, he ended up starting to support no, he wanted target Goku allies. So it's like it was kind of weird because like there is like a mix of characters in there, but it's not like you know, something where it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's the entire team's always gonna match that, right? But now it's either or, so that's good, right? And I think it's like whichever one has the most of the two teams, I think does count, is how I believe it works, or something like that, right? They've been doing that a lot. But either way, we have a full Androids team, so it doesn't really matter at all. So here's 13 transforming, but that's basically it. I mean, he gets extra stats against a Goku or like a Super Saiyan enemy, but we don't see that right now. Again, maybe this guy will be really good against that new Goku fight that we're getting, is literally a Super Saiyan Goku, right? Okay, he's at 1.2 million defense though, which is pretty good. We take away Rudo and Aubrey though, he's still at 1.14. I mean, just a 1.2 million flat defensive stat, like, you can't say that's bad. I think that's actually a pretty good defensive stat overall. Just for an easy TUR, like, I'll take it. Like, just considering it's just like, I mean, this guy could probably just sit in slot 1 in a lot of bosses, I guess, once he's transformed. But like, that's turn 5. Most fights are like turn. Okay, that's kind of stupid. 1.14 mil defense to start turn. On turn 5, it's pretty high compared to most units, but I mean, yeah, you know, even against Omega, like, I probably wouldn't put this guy slot 1 anyways, because the thing with Omega is he lowers the defense, and he's only doing 7.6 mil. Yeah, he does do an additional that's a high chance to super, but that's, I don't know. Greatly raise attack for the turn. No defense raise still. They did take that away, the defensive raise. Do I like that? I don't think I do. I don't know. I don't know if I like this 13. Like, he's like a decent character for this team, but he's not what this team needs. This team needs help still. I don't know. That's, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna ever have to worry about his passive falling under 30% of this team. This team has too much healing. You're not gonna fall under 30%. But man, what could they give to him? I mean, honestly, add damage reduction to him. That'd be cool. Maybe guard would be too much, but like a little bit of reduction. Like, what if we, like, a baseline of 13% reduction would actually go a long way with that 1.2 mil defense. Like, that's a level of defense where that 13% damage reduction could matter. For sure. Like, or if it was like 20% reduction or something. Because 21, doesn't he have 21% reduction? Like, something like that. Like a lower amount of reduction could be cool. Maybe it's like, how to explain? What's 14 plus 15? 29? 29%, nah, 29% reduction would be too much, maybe. But something would be cool. I mean, keep on, we also got an additional, though. We got an additional super attack. Like, without the additional supers, his defense would drop dramatically. Ooh, we got double super and died. Okay. I might end here just because that's really it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really like a fan of him. His attack set wasn't really that great. He does get the stats against Super Saiyan Goku or like a Super Saiyan ally enemy or a Goku enemy, but there's like There's no difficult fight that we could take him into that'll really, really be good there, unless we're taking him into like the legendary Goku event. Ooh, you know, but I'm gonna end it here. Let me know what you guys are thinking though, and I'll catch you next time.